Hello and welcome back to 709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast. We are your hosts, Dee and Andrew,
Hello.
and this week we're back to Springwood with the next entry in our season here of Nightmares on Elm Street. This is Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare from, 1994?
No, like 91.
91, really? Okay,
I
so
think so.
by by 91 we're wrapping up, or we were supposedly wrapping up the Elm Street series because Freddy had basically become pretty worn out. So we've gone from Freddy Mania to just Freddy Overload, and now this is Freddy Implosion. So this was the last grasp. Uh, Freddy's Dead came with a really big advertising campaign. Like, there were dates, his birth and his death, and yeah, this was supposed to be it for Freddy. And that era was supposed to close with this movie, but damn this movie.
And we're forgetting it was also in 3D.
Right. They had a sequence that was in 3D, so if you were really hyped for this movie, yeah, there's a 3D part in it.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Right.
everything else we can cover during Breckenmeyer, we can cover during.
Yeah, movie star Breckenmeyer is in this. Well, yeah, let's just go.
All right. Ooh, here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, I
Uh,
forgot the music vibe. Oh,
uh-oh. Another quote.
yeah. There's actually so I did not watch this one again in
Mm.
preparation, but there's gonna be a lot to talk about as we hit the credits here.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Freddy gets his own quote.
Okay, except here's the thing. We've gone from hair bands to
Yeah, hairbands rap.
to proto soul asylum, right? Like that's a little
Yeah.
different.
Well, it's 91.
Yeah.
This tracks.
It does, but it doesn't really track for the. Oh, I
Oh,
didn't know it was on
okay.
the. Yes, that's right.
We got the Escape from New York intro.
Yep. And this is despite me wanting to very much see the Blade 3 set in the vampire future. This is sort of your desperate move for your franchise is that you're gonna jump ahead to the future to resolve the story.
Hmm. Yeah, so you don't have to bring back anybody from the previous movies. That's another thing about this one. This one plays with the mythology a bit, and it doesn't feel at all connected to whatever came before, other
No.
than being Freddy Krueger.
Like the last one felt like it should be a um like the last one felt like a Freddy's Nightmares
Yeah,
thing, and
and
this one feels like a
whoops. Wait, you see, the chair was still next to him.
yep. Well, so by 91, you'd had the Abyss. You might have had, was Terminator 2 91 or 92?
It was 91 because it was
Yeah.
everywhere.
So you had a new expectation of special effects. And we would learn very quickly that nobody was going to like rise to that except like you'd have your Spielberg, Cameron, Emmerich club. But other than that, like Dragonheart does not look good, folks. Like Dragonheart did not hold up.
And see, I think they should take movies like that and just do the George Lucas bit and
Well, especially with
upgrade
something
them.
like that, you could just
Yeah,
upgrade that. Like,
just
yeah,
upgrade it. I mean, it would be the cheapest stuff to do anyways because people are doing amazing shit with computers.
right. So
Oh, so here we are. Robert Englund is Freddy is the Wicked Witch.
now I believe by this time he was sort of over it.
Yeah,
Okay, so here we're going to get our cast. Here we're going to get Nancy's house, I imagine, or
mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
soundstage used for Scream 3 as well.
movie star Breckenmeyer.
Movie star Breckenmeyer. I swear it was an EN the last time he had it. Yaphet Kotto. Actual movie star Yaphet Kotto. With no and credit. Okay, we have like Jenkins and
Oh,
Hershen.
Brian May.
Yeah, so we're doing this is supposed to be, I guess, classier, but that's it doesn't matter if your movie's bad. Like,
It feels. It feels like an obnoxious version of one of those direct-to-video Hellraiser movies.
well, so like this, we should be in like a lengthy Wizard of Oz homage, and instead we're just
Yeah,
like this
they're
just sucks. Like,
throwing everything at the wall. It comes off a little too. The tone of it is a little like if you're not in the audience just kind of giggling at this by now, because usually the opening sequence, the nightmare is played straight.
right. So okay, so here we can talk about Michael DeLuca, who would go on to run New Line Studios. This was one of his first projects, was writing this. Um, Rachel Talalay, who had produced some of the other ones, would direct this. She's a really bad director. Even on the fucking
Oh, there's Robert Shea.
even on the she might have actually directed some of those Crisis crossover episodes.
Yikes.
But yeah, she's gotten better, but she hasn't like gotten good. But this was just
In
see, this
tone,
isn't scary. This is just
no, it's silly.
yucks. It's silly. It's Looney Tunes.
Right. But this sequence does feel a little more like a Freddy's Nightmares too. Oof.
So we'd also had Roger Rabbit sort of pop
hmm
up in the middle of the Freddy franchise. And it never.
Roger Rabbit didn't get brought up much till I think this was around the time. No, Cool World came out. What
92.
92? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, what is happening with this song? Oh my God, is it going to be a bunch of fucking adult contemporary white guy bands singing about dreams the entire fucking soundtrack?
Well, this is what they thought these horror movies were at the time. Just throw some rock music on the soundtrack, and only New Line was. That's what was weird about this because New Line was a little more in touch with their audience. They knew everybody watched these,
Yeah,
so I'm guessing the soundtrack was put together to sell the soundtrack
we'll see.
outside of the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see who gets credited. Okay, so he's off to the big city, which we will have to see if it gets a name. It is not actually Springfield.
This is definitely early '90s where the soundtrack became just as important as oh, movie star Breckenmeyer.
Oh my God. What, Jonathan Brandis was busy?
Oh well, if he was going to be in this, he would be one of the. He'd have to see the end credits.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised. Well, '91, he was still sort of youngish. He would have been good for Scream, maybe.
Yeah.
What's with the hair? Oh, Lisa Zane is in the house
Yes.
with a very. Is it me or is her like all her dialogue super duper ADR? Oh yeah, we're meeting our troubled kids cast
Yes.
here.
So this is what wasn't there a Friday the 13th that had the troubled kids getaway? Um,
5, 5, the one where it was the fake Jason.
right. So, oh, I
Oh,
wonder if this is going to come back. Okay, I guess if I remembered this the last time I watched it, like I mustn't have like marathon them, but it's kind of weird to do the ass kicking with what's her face in the last one? Brooke Thies.
oh yeah, 4.
Yeah. Or was that five? That wasn't five?
No, Brooke Deeks.
Okay.
Yeah, Brooke Deeks was in Dream Master. Dream Child didn't have much of any.
That's
It
right.
was
There was
like
no fighting. There
Alice
was
had forgot to,
yeah,
she just forfeited her powers or something. Even though it shouldn't matter in dreams, right?
right.
Okay, so here's the 3 kids we're supposed to give a shit about.
Okay,
Uh,
so Yaphet Kotto would have a rediscovery sort of elder statesman career comeback with um, Homicide: Life on the Street, but
Mm-hmm.
this might have dropped after Homicide started, but before it sort of caught any. It took Homicide 5 years before anybody watched it, like
Yeah.
something like that. So, like, Yaphet Kotto still would be doing stuff like this.
Mm-hmm. We also have to point out the Dolomite wig he's wearing because that shit is distracting. It's not even on straight.
Nope. Did you just see the glasses go
Yeah.
under all of it? Yeah. Um,
Oh yeah, the picture.
yeah. I think this guy's ADR too.
Oh, I figured Lisa Zane maybe had like a crazy accent or something because, but that's Billy Zane's sister though, so she
Yeah.
they're both very articulate and well spoken, and but she just sounds odd. Her delivery in certain parts, you know, I thought they maybe dubbed her over.
Yeah. I mean, there are numerous shots we've already seen where she has lines that were not recorded because,
Right.
yeah. Well, so in this era of ChatGPT, back in the day, there used to be this thing called Eliza that just restructured your. Wait a second, Loretta Kruger. Who's Loretta Kruger?
Oh, oh,
Do we find out at least?
well, yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, but so the Eliza thing would just rephrase your question back to it.
Mm.
That's what this dialogue plays like. And the
Mm.
question is, did they cut it like this? Or was it written like this? In which case, Lisa Zane would never have a chance to work up any momentum in a scene because if you're just asking two questions, what the fuck does it matter what your delivery is? Whoa! No, I quit. I quit.
Okay,
Okay.
here it is.
She's his daughter. Loretta's the wife. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is how it all went down. Or at least I think this is the part where they show it.
Yeah. I fucking saw this in the theater.
No.
I did.
This is the one I wanted to see in the theater, but somehow it sort of eluded.
That so um yeah.
Yeah.
Um but having seen it in the theater, I've always remembered there being more Yaphet Kotto, which will come up. Um and the reason there isn't more Yaphet Kotto is that if you go to movie-censorship.com and look at the comparisons, the 3D version actually has the setup for the um 3D glasses is in the middle of a scene where Yaphet Kotto is
Oh.
talking about like doing some character development or something, and it's like, why is this? Why would you have put it in that scene? Didn't you think about making the home video version without 3D glasses? And the answer is no, they didn't.
They never do. Whoops. Uh,
There's so much bad acting in this movie. Oh, well, at least he didn't fucking kill the black guy 10 minutes in.
right.
19, sorry.
Now, I'm still wondering why this kid wasn't a name actor of the time or somebody more recognizable.
For somebody who ever got a job again.
Right. Or I'm guessing budget was just, we need to keep this shit on budget.
Zero, and we'll put the rest toward the iffy special effects and 3D conversion.
Like,
Shit,
really,
yeah.
that kid should have been somebody that was on, this is 91, so anybody from that guest starred on Jump Street or something.
90210.
Yeah, 902, yeah, one of those kids.
Why
Something.
isn't it Brian Austin Green?
Well, he was too youngish too. At 91. I would say that's something like throw Ian's earring. He would have had the time.
Yeah, yeah, Ian Ziering, he would only been 7 years older than Lisa Zane at that point. It could be a totally different trajectory for Jason Priestley.
Probably.
All
With
right.
him and what you call it, they were already tied up and shit, right? They were trying to make movie stars out of them from the start. It's just their first movies were flops. Or no, wait. I think Luke Perry's movie was made and they didn't want to release it.
Yeah, they waited on Luke Perry. Okay. I mean, I think we just might have to just say
Hmm.
it's not like Lisa Zane's good in this.
No, no.
So
She's lucky she's nice to look at, but she's got that sort of early Dolph Lundgren energy.
it's like she doesn't look like she wants to be there either.
Well, she looks like she's working.
Yeah. Like she's
She
like,
looks like she's trying to competently work.
yes.
Her lack of blinking really is a little distracting. That's the type of shit only the Playboy model Baywatch actresses do. Oh yeah, here we go. We're getting our
Yeah.
next cameo. Welcome to Derry. They wandered into the town that Pennywise took out.
Right.
Oh,
Hey, look, it's white supremacist rapper Roseanne Barr.
Now, just to remember, in '91, this was a big deal. All you youngins out there listening, for some reason, Roseanne and Tom Arnold being in this movie was huge.
Were they divorced by the time this came out?
Either that or close to it. I remember they had the TV movies. They were like dueling Roseanne TV movies with two pairs of Toms and Roseannes.
That's
God.
right.
Whew. I think that was post divorce, maybe.
The kids are so bad. In this series, to comment on how bad the kids are,
Well, up until this, you had, I mean, you could cherry pick. Some were good, and then some were just awful. You know,
well,
for every what Kid Cade, there was a, one of these kids, or
I
the
mean,
girl who got slammed into the TV.
yeah, but really, this is more like Friday the 13th level of obnoxious
Yeah, they just kind of skew a little
teenagers.
younger than them.
Yeah.
It seems, even though the
So
Friday 13th kids are supposed to be this age.
we've been talking about what little visual presence Springwood itself has in this series.
Mm,
And now in the last entry, we are exploring Springwood. And
it looks like Sunnydale in season 7 of Buffy.
but this is also the first one that's going to deal with troubled kids who are in abusive situations, I think.
Mm,
So like they're really gonna fucking exploit some trauma
right.
for cheap effect.
Oh, we're doing the can't get out of town bit. I wonder if that's backlot.
I think it is because this reminds me of a TV show. I feel like I'm watching a TV show right now.
It looks like Mayberry.
Shouldn't have fallen asleep, Carlos. I bet this is when you get killed.
Oh, oh, oh. Here we go.
Bad.
Yeesh. All right, here it comes.
Why is it so bad?
Wait a minute. All right. But bump bump. The funniest joke in the movie. The map says we're fucked.
That's not the
Yeah.
high school from the last movie, but whatever. Here's the thing. The Escape from New York opening credits
Mm,
says this is known, right? We're 10 years into the future and this is known.
Yeah,
Why doesn't she have any idea what's up with Springwood?
it is kind of weird.
Well, they also didn't get like, where's Chris Elliott for this cameo? Like, they didn't
I
even get.
don't know if all this happened at Springwood. Wouldn't this make Freddy some sort of god like thing?
Still
If
can't
he
leave Springwood.
like, yeah, but it would only make him powerful in Springwood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he is.
Kind of. It's
I
just
mean,
this one's kind of this one doesn't really explain it clearly why he's not
no.
like this would have been a great explanation on how he could escape the dream world and be real like in part two. Maybe not even without without having to possess somebody.
Oh, I
Like
know
he
where.
should be super powerful at this point.
Right. Because he's eating this, because ate so many souls. I know where they are. They're in Crystal Lake. They got the blue lights going on. No, this would actually, I mean, with many differences, this kind of setup would be fine if you were actually kicking off a new franchise. Like, this
Yeah.
is the legacy quote. This isn't the conclusion.
Yeah, because
That's not the
it
fucking house. Sorry.
no,
Okay.
no. It bends the mythology too much in this one. Or if anything, it makes the mythology more like the show than any of the other movies. So I guess five was sort of the start of all that.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
I
Oh,
don't know why they blew up a model for some reason, but I think it's actually going to be a model. No, it is a model, but we're not supposed to think it's a model.
right.
Wow.
It's supposed to transformed into the. And they didn't notice any of that, right? It just
No, I mean,
they noticed the door they just kicked in is now closed and boarded up. And
they are idiots. So,
yeah.
what's so weird is Rachel Talalay was like a line producer on these going back to the third one. So,
Mm.
like, she was there through the return and the rise and on the peaks and the falls, and this is the best she did.
It plays
God.
almost like a Goosebumps Freddy movie,
Right.
like a really graphic Goosebumps Freddy. Now this guy was in Back to the Future Part Two.
Losing Back to the Future Part 2.
One of Marty Jr.'s bullies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I bet he thought he had I wonder
Yeah.
if they told him he was going to die first in this. Go wake him
Oh,
up, you fucking kids.
Mama, please, Mr. Gower. Oh no. Yeah. 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 See, this shit is fucked up for me because I used to have ear infections when I was little.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Why does Freddy sound like he's doing a John Wayne voice this one? Like, no offense to Robert Englund, but like if he had wanted to do more instead of this,
Well, at this point, he had what? He directed 976 Evil, and I believe he had done Phantom of the Opera too, which was eh.
yeah, he was still a few
Going
years away from the Mangler.
right. Going back to the well for him was more. He's got to keep his ceiling fan on, because he's just sleepwalking here. Pardon the pun.
Mm.
Oh,
I'm just saying, like, what about like Rick Rosenthal? Like, any
mm.
of the fucking guys who did a Halloween movie? Frankly, like,
Thing is, could they do this though? He's good doing a Halloween movie, but
I mean,
a lot of them they're really good at slashers. But this is slasher, but a little different because you can't. You got to be a little more creative than just being able to choose what knife you're gonna stab somebody in the face with.
yeah, but some suspense. I don't know. Some
Yeah.
suspense.
I think it's because by this time everybody's used to, Freddy's gonna do something like this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
here.
sort of
Mm,
it is really just a like mean spirited Looney Tunes.
right. Mm, okay.
Like, come on, Jesus. Okay, it's probably only been 3 minutes, but it feels like about 45.
Yeah,
Okay,
somebody was definitely for this one. They really got their whole Tex Avery going.
okay, I don't want to hear this sound either.
No, really, at this point, Freddy would have just offed the kid by
Right,
now.
like torturing the kids for this long. Well, hey, it's been 10 years.
Right. I guess he got bored and just
Yeah,
figured, let me just make it more.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, exactly like we said before. Blu-ray is not kind to the makeup
No.
effects. The resolution is just a little too. Uh,
Wait, does Breckenmeyer doesn't get killed though, does he?
oh yeah.
Fuck yes.
Wait. Is this?
This is the
Are we about to?
cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
This is what everybody came to see. I'm pretty sure a whole crowd of people got up and left as soon as the cameo happened.
Wait, Breckenmeyer was supposed to be playing a stoner?
Yeah. What else would he be playing before what 2000?
Well, okay, but how come in the history of movie stoners you basically can believe Sean Penn and then nobody till Dazed and Confused again, which is not an endorsement of either of those films. But in between then, every pothead was just like,
Yeah. It was awesome, dude.
it's just like, it's so stupid. I mean, yes, everybody would have been smoking terrible weed, but still.
Oh wait, is that a is that an old school actress or something?
We can check. I was wondering that too, but I don't
That
think
might be
so.
another cameo.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's maybe. I don't know for sure. It might be Eleanor Donahue, maybe.
Mhm. So they're, yeah, we're now doing this whole like, oh my God, this movie's the same as In the Mouth of Madness. Sorry. Also written by Mike DeLuca. Okay. He's convinced he was the Kruger kid, but instead it's Lisa Zane, who theoretically is 11 years his senior.
Right, because he's what?
Well, like in real life.
Shouldn't he still be a teenager? What? He couldn't. He couldn't figure the math out right because the Kruger kid has to be older than he is.
Okay, so Lisa Zane was 30, John Doe was 24, the girl's 27, Breckenmeyer was 17, and Carlos was 24. That's kind of all fucking weird.
Oh well.
Yep.
Hey, it's a Jump Street PSA. That guy never went anywhere in his career, did he?
I think he'd be happy for a cameo in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie today.
He should have never left Jump Street.
Well, didn't they say that he would have come back for New Nightmare and he was surprised that Craven didn't ask him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, he was like, dude, I fucking came back for Freddy's Dead. And Wes Craven, I guess, must have been like, well, I didn't see that movie. Oh, hey.
Well, look how bad that is.
Hey now, it's Cool World. Manhunter meets Cool World.
Oh
Meets
no.
Madhouse. Madhouse, it's Madhouse. And switching channels. No, that's the one I'm thinking of, is switching channels. God. Okay, so this is also new. We're not doing body discoveries.
Mm.
Instead, we're doing kids getting kidnapped or kids getting
Which
was um was
Freddy is very much. Hmm?
no, go.
No, he's the crypt keeper in this. I just realized he's not really Freddy. They turned him into the crypt keeper.
Was Super Mario Brothers a New Line movie?
I think it was. It was New Line or Miramax. I know that much. I'm pretty sure it was New Line though. 'Cause New Line just God, Freddy. Uh, they made hella money at this point with Ninja Turtles,
That's
and
right.
Ninja Turtles 2 came out around this time,
That's
91.
right.
So they were rolling in it with those.
Wait, why is he still alive? Okay, good.
He's too wasted. Oh, he could at least gave Buddy a boss battle or something.
Yeah.
See, the humor just does not hit. It
No.
doesn't work at
Like,
all.
why didn't they get there were 1,000,006 guys at this time because this is the time
I mean, the franchise had big fans that would have, yeah.
well, what you could have gotten, what was the name of that dude? The Proto Stifler,
Mm,
the blonde surfer dude who was in Buffy. He was a little old at that point, but he did the swimming movie with Kirsty Swanson. Why did I call her Kirsty? Anyway, um, he was in like the higher level. He was in like the Sony USA Up All Night stuff. Like,
mm.
so like him, any of the other like, there were a lot of early 20s actors at this point. Like,
Wait a minute.
she's a dream warrior
She just totally Tinkerbelled herself in the book.
because she's a dream warrior.
Well, there you go. You could have connected this with the other one if you'd have had Alice's kids show up
Yep.
and try to help these kids out because there's a time jump.
Yep.
And he's back to get revenge on Freddy because Freddy killed his mom or just something. Or the
Yep.
mother could be Lisa Zane's character, but
Yep.
oh, wow, she didn't even try.
Nope. Not at all.
Oh, here we go.
God, he's just fucking hacking it out, isn't he?
Okay, is it gonna spew out the TV? Yep, they stole this. That was in Death by Temptation. That's how they killed off poor Kadeem Hardison.
Oh shit.
The movie sucked after that.
So Dream Warrior and don't have no.
She's not even aware of it, huh? Oh, so basically she's because I think they assume she's the kid too at some point, right? Or
We'll
that might
find
have been
out.
part of.
Yeah. They do a
But she,
terrible job with like the exposition. It's because this guy sucks. Like this guy's so bad he could very easily be in a Friday the 13th movie. Like
he probably got this after being not getting one.
right. Like
But by now, I think Friday the 13th they reverted to New Line. Paramount was done with it, or Jason, I should say.
right. A fire on the bed? How funny. Oh wow. That didn't take long.
Mm. Mm. Back to Springwood. Oh,
I mean, they do have some like pretty elaborate effects, I guess. Like they just don't come off well, but like
because all this looks like it's on a set.
yeah.
It looks fake.
And I guess like this is like 90, this is like 83 level composites and shit, right? Like this is Time
Yeah,
Bandits level shit. Like
it should look a little better than this. This is corny as hell. Okay, so once again, Freddy is using just a dupe to get to another level. So before he used the Dream Warriors to get to the next Dream Master, which he was supposed to beat but got beaten. Mm. This dude lived a lot longer than he should have. Matter of fact, I don't think anybody else dies after this dude.
Wait, does Karate Kid live to the end?
I think so. Look at that. Oh, God.
Oh my god.
That looks like Halloween makeup. That looks bad. What the fuck?
It is wild to think about that being a 7,000 um, population town.
What?
Do I need to watch the Nightmare documentary tonight? Maybe I do. I want to see the
Hmm.
fuck they have to say about this shit. So, like when we were underwhelmed with the Dream Child, um, all right, so we have come back. We're 55 minutes in.
Hmm.
So they're forgetting people are getting erased from existence.
See, that's a whole nother dimension to it, which could have been cool if they'd introduced that a little sooner.
Yeah.
That would definitely make the people around them who were, or the more main characters, seem like they are going crazy
Mhm.
because
So now we're gonna kick some ass. So no, that chick might live, but you know who's gonna fucking die? Yaphet Kotto,
hmm.
doesn't he?
Uh,
They say
actually, I don't think so.
we'll have to see. Dun dun dun.
Oh no, that's just the soundtrack, right? She's not really listening to Chub Rock. See, and it's kind of late in the movie to sort of make him a more important character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of late in the game to be getting sort of deep with it and
Like
just figure
if
it
it
out.
Like, why didn't you have this shit? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. They didn't even get like good clouds over the moon footage. Like,
Uh-uh.
and I think
Transition. Hmm.
that's actually my issue with New Line until like the late 90s is like they did like Fine Line Features made a bunch of great shit, and I'm sure there's some good New Line stuff throughout, but the 90s, New Line tried to do shit. They tried to sell cheap shit, right? Like, and that's
Hmm.
my problem with most of the fucking Warner Brothers CG tentpole whatevers. They always are fucking cheap with their special effects.
Hmm.
And I just don't like it. Like I'm not willing to go there with them. It's not worth it. Wait, are they retconning that she's been the girl on the bike was the daughter the whole time or no?
It's murky on that, but that would make sense. They'd at least connect it to the other movies because this just doesn't. A lot of it just doesn't jibe with
Right.
the mythology thus far. This feels like a. It could have been a Nightmare on Elm Street movie within the universe of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right. This is the movie to explain why how the popular culture in the universe reacts.
Hmm. This is something the kids in those movies would go see.
Right. Now, her being Freddie's daughter was part of the marketing, which means there's no real suspense.
Yeah, because this was big. They would play this clip. They would play clips of her in that outfit a lot.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And like the like promo photography was like of the two of them in this scene and shit. Like
Hmm.
Freddie's unknown daughter, also starring Lisa Zane as Freddie's unknown daughter.
There was always going to be the question of, is she going to take it up? Which was kind of dumb. Although they could have used one of the, they could have used more horror villains that were females.
Yeah. They never really tried it.
Like if they'd have done something like Megan back then, that would have been cool. Or even just
Every town has an Elm Street.
an actual female slasher, you know,
Right.
not just sleepaway camp, which in turn really, well, yeah.
Because the prom night, what happens in 2 through 4 when it becomes supernatural?
Yeah, that was silly. And those, I don't think ever really caught on. Like, I don't think anybody remembers
No, I don't even know if those are easily
anything past
available.
two. I remember two because that was on all the damn time, but I couldn't tell you anything about three or four.
I think three or four might have been released like simultaneously. I think three or four prom night like were like back to back.
Then again, yeah, that's like the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies too. I couldn't tell you shit else about three or four. Oh, you know what would have been cool if her trauma was that she was the abuser.
All right. This is not Good Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh man, put up your dukes. Oh, God, is he wearing
Oh,
a Freddy mask? And
oh, I mean,
look at that shit. And he's using his real teeth.
yeah.
I do like how he jumped over in the background, like, damn. That
What I think is funny is that they're like showing this inner city shelter to be like a shithole when in reality, like some place like that is like people are busting their asses to make sure it doesn't look like a shithole. Like,
oh boy.
like he has a pose this whole every like scene. He just has his like
Yeah. Oh.
I told you this.
You know what would have been cool? If if Yaphet Kotto was Kincaid's dad.
Mm,
That way his whole all his little speeches about dreams and
mm,
fighting back and shit
might
would
make
have,
sense.
yeah. He just looks like shopping mall tour Freddy.
Hmm.
They did it at all try to make him look scary and he's lit wrong. That would have been cool if he hadn't done that in previous movies before. Mm.
God, that fucking mask is shitty.
It's also that he's lit wrong.
Yeah.
They, you're not supposed to have him in like bright ass lights.
Well,
What? This week? What was that fade out, man?
I think that had to do with some 3D.
Oh, right. Where they tell you
Like,
you got to put the glasses
yeah,
on.
because they cut out the entire. So the glasses are how in fucking Yaphet Kotto's treatment. And
Hmm.
so see, oh, there they are.
Yeah.
But the glasses got introduced earlier in the
Yeah.
film, in the original, when they were training you when to put on your 3D glasses. Hmm.
Hmm.
No, just hmm. So what's funny about this, in addition to it also being the end of The Devil's Advocate, which might be from New Line Cinema, um, like introducing this sort of uh-huh.
Mm.
So, but introducing the I don't know, the classical whatever here. This sort
Hmm.
of carries into the next one too. Like they really get
Oh, the demon world,
pronounced
kind
with
of.
with the sort of it's like
Yeah.
everybody saw Hellraiser and was Hellraiser 2 and was like, well, we can do that.
Yeah, that was a big influence. But all this miniature work,
Yeah.
this is very Back to the Future, the ride right here. Oh, oh, there you go.
Okay.
3D. It's coming right at you. Yeah, the sort of labyrinth looking
Mhm.
neither world kind of.
How much longer do we have?
Not much, ain't this? This is the
We
last
have
stretch.
17 minutes left. I hope the credits are long.
Yeah, Lisa Zane, yeah, with some. She would have been a good 90s TV Wonder Woman, maybe.
Yeah, or something,
One of
like
those shows. Oh, huh?
Uh,
What? Oh, yeah. Here comes the next cameo.
oh, that's right.
Mm,
This was the other big deal. Oh my God.
mm. It's not even like, come on, Alice.
Right.
Can at least put a little wrist into it.
They couldn't find anybody who looked remotely like Robert Englund. Like,
No, they specifically probably went to Alice Cooper.
no, I mean
Oh yeah, the
the
kid.
kid, yeah.
Yeah. Now this is probably footage from, well, without those thingies,
Yeah.
because this, yeah, this completely fucks with the. If there wasn't a massive walkout at that point,
Was that the or like was that the could that have been footage from Freddy's Nightmares?
I don't think so. Because I think they explain it different on there or something. Like he makes a deal with the devil, or I don't know. I gotta watch that episode because
Yeah.
they do his origin in one of the episodes. Ugh. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, this was the one that they did all the time. Like this is the one that had all the um promo shots from.
Mm-hmm.
So how'd she get away?
The hell.
Oh my God,
Oh
come on.
man.
I like how Lisa Zane's even like, what is this fucking movie?
Right. Now you're gonna tell me to do what now? He was standing there with no chucks. He had a pair of new chucks. Ah. I wonder how they released this overseas then. I wonder if they did alternate shots. Whoa.
This shitty fucking old knife.
Good grief.
Oh, it's a 3D. God. Like, okay, they have like four 3D things in here. They could have just fucking filmed them without. Like, good grief.
Yeah. Oh, well, I want these people to see I'm a real actor. I don't need the makeup. I'm already Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, wow.
How the fuck did she get back there so fast?
Right, right. What the hell?
Composite shot, look out!
Eeh. Oh my God. What? Wait. Kiss my ass movie. Is there a reason why he went from regular looking Freddy to burn face Freddy? What? Hmm.
This is fucking music too. This movie series has like the worst music. Like,
Because for the most part, they relied on the standard theme, and then they just did whatever the hell
mhm.
for the rest of it. It's not even a good marriage of a score and a soundtrack either. Like,
Mm-mm. Okay,
uh, what? Yeesh.
what was she just waiting there watching him do it for? Like, this is just inane.
So bad.
All right, young
Uh,
people who undoubtedly make up our entire listener base, you thought action scenes like you go see a John Wick movie and the action scene's 45 minutes? That's this is
oh
what
wow.
happens when they used to let action scenes go on for too long.
She's just throwing a whole arsenal under the. See what I'm saying?
Okay,
This can't be taken seriously
no,
whatsoever.
but what they really should have done was they really should have had them bonding over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. So they could like have a tie-in to New Line, New and Old, and all this other shit. God, that mask looks stupid.
I just don't get why they. Why was he normal for like a minute and
Yeah,
then
because he's clearly well, and he can climb on the ceiling, so he's clearly still got the magic powers.
right? There's
So
something
what the
from
fuck are
the.
they gonna do? I mean, honestly, what
Mm.
they could have done was is they could have done like a what do you call it? This could have been the proto. I'm sorry, is that dynamite? Oh, it's one of Spencer's pipe bombs. They could have done a proto To Catch a Predator where she's just revealing bad dudes and killing them.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a cool reversal on all this stuff.
Wow.
CGI! But not.
Uh-uh.
Do you think they said somebody was like, we really liked Sam Raimi's work, and then Sam Raimi was just like, why did you fucking say those words to me? Oh, okay. That implies that it was in a dream.
Man,
5 minute end credits. Here we go.
they should have just pasted on the end of Dolomite from that. So where are you gonna go? Where do you go?
It was Eleanor Donahue.
Oh, see. Oh yeah,
But
we get a Freddy's Greatest Hits in credits because this was supposed to be the last movie.
wait, except they intercut ones from this one, which is like, oh,
Yeah, right.
oh my new. Oh my god.
Because some god awful fucking hair metal. Wow.
Yeah, I guess I am curious about the Freddy's Nightmares pilot.
Well, if only for that one, but I think the first season did have a lot of interconnected stories,
Hmm.
but the pilot does have the, I guess, the origin as far as that movie or that show is concerned,
Hmm.
because it involves certain characters directly that aren't even have nothing to do with like Nancy or her dad.
They really should have brought um this would have been the most obvious one to bring Langenkamp back for.
Hmm.
Right. Okay, when you're showing me clips from the movies made earlier in the time continuum that have better special effects than the movie that you just showed me that was made later in the time continuum, that
I think I actually read a review that said if you really hate the movie, just skip to the end credits.
oh god,
Uh,
that's right. This is the official Freddy's Dead song.
Instead of just bringing back Curtis Mayfield, it's like something they would have done for Leatherface or some shit.
Mhm. Okay, come on, let's go. I just want to see the music credits. Oh, we only have like a minute 30 left, so they're not.
Oh yeah, second unit. Dum, 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 dum. The soundtrack
Oh,
sucks.
God, why is this happening?
The last movie at least had Kumo D.
It's like a
Okay,
fucking.
here we go.
Here we go. Freddy's
Iggy Pop,
Dead,
Goo Goo
performed
Doll,
by oh, Goo Goo Dolls. So it was. Yeah. Okay.
Chub Rock,
Wow. Yeah.
Iron Butterfly. Ugh.
There's Wes's credit.
Ugh, what a disappointment.
Mm,
It had no real height switch to fall, but damn.
just like the utter lack of competence on display, like even for this franchise, right? Like,
No, for real, imagine just being, just wanting it, just anticipating that, right?
oh man.
Then you see that shit for the first time, and it's like, God, what?
Oh, yeah, so we can't really talk about the career of anybody except Yaphet Kotto after that.
Right,
I mean, Breckenmeyer had a career, but we don't need to talk about that. Lisa
exactly.
Zane, as far as I know, her highest profile gig of all time was as one of George Clooney's multi-episode girlfriends on ER. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
she really
know
didn't.
if she ever even had a series of her own.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, that one. I
she
think.
works irregularly. She did a voice where she was a regular.
Oh yeah, she was the
Um,
first She-Hulk, and I actually preferred her better as She-Hulk than when she got replaced with Cree Summer. No diss to her, but
mm. She did do Profit. That's right.
oh wow.
And she was on LA Law for 16 episodes. Um, and I've still yet to see Bad Influence, but yeah, I guess she got redeemed in what do you call it?
Hmm.
LA Law, and then just kicked around on TV, and yeah. I still need to watch Profit again. She was on an episode of Southland. I did not remember that.
Hmm.
Amusing. Cuts to the pre-show. All right. So next week we have, wrapping up our Nightmare wrap up. New Nightmare, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, 1994, I believe.
Yeah, that one's the
Um,
'94.
Heather Langenkamp, Robert England, John Saxon, Miko Hughes. I think. Is it Miko Hughes?
It's
Oh
Miko Hughes.
God, it is. I was fucking kidding. Oh, boo hiss. Um, Miko Hughes, John Saxon. It's so funny because like New Nightmare is clearly Wes Craven's most expensive movie in years, right? Like, but it still is fucking dirt cheap, like when it comes to the cast. So we'll get to it. But it feels very much like like this one felt like a TV movie in some ways, and the next one feels very much like it. The first 45-50 minutes of this with their Springwood field, excuse me, their Springwood field trip, that feels like a TV movie. The next one will feel like a very well done, but still TV movie. Um,
Yeah, one of those that, like Amityville did one of those.
Like it feels like a USA. It feels like
Hmm.
a really good USA movie, USA TV movie. Okay, so we have that, and then we will officially announce the next season, but the images are playing alongside, so that could be a spoiler. Yeah. So, what else is there to say about Freddy's dead? Freddy's dead.
Yeah,
Oh
so they
my.
bring him back. So for everybody who like clowned on Friday the 13th, the final chapter, you literally called Freddy deceased in your title and decided to keep your franchise running, even though New Nightmare is something a little different. But he came back in Freddy versus Jason. So
Well, and also New Nightmares 3 years later. Like the thing is that
New Nightmare was a
we'll talk about it because
it was the apology movie.
it was the
That's what it
apology
was.
movie, but it also was like
And it was an anniversary too.
that's right. They were done, and they'd done They burned out a whole franchise in under 10 years.
Yeah, in a decade.
So did Friday the 13th. We don't really think about that.
They just kept
Halloween made it to 11 years.
Halloween skated because of the goodwill of the first two.
Yeah. Um,
And they liked part four, but then once five and six sort of fucked things up, is when they were like, okay, we gotta. H2O was where they sort of was the apology for them.
H2O was the sequel for people who got interested in Halloween because of Scream,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. Like that, I still stand behind that vibe of it. But yeah, but it was not a franchise restarter because you needed. Oh God, well, we saw what happened when you kept Jamie Lee Curtis for all of them, but still, um, you sort of needed that sort of thing. Okay. Yes. Next time we will finish up Freddy for a bit. And probably our last Robert Englund for unless he's in
Yeah,
something
till
I'm unaware of.
till we run into him in another movie.
Yeah. But yeah, so new Freddy's Dead sucks. So I'd avoid that. Um
Yeah, if it's anybody's favorite movie, good for you.
See more movies. I'm sorry you
Yeah,
haven't seen more movies. Um yeah.
like anybody out there thinking we took it too seriously, we're not. It's just even with the tongue in cheek shit, it doesn't hit.
No.
It's a
Like,
really
yeah. If you want to see, if you're like, no, Goodfellas, you are incorrect. It is a brilliant homage to Looney Tunes.
right.
Go watch Hundreds of Beavers. There you will see a brilliant homage to Looney Tunes. And understand how comic pacing works. And there are other movies you can watch to understand how comic pacing works in a horror atmosphere, right? Like
Mhm.
Scream 1 would be one of them, right? Any halfway decent Scream sequence. Um, anyway, I don't. It's weird that we are hedging our bets that there's some fucking rabid Freddy's Dead fan who made it this far.
Well, we did have that one Halloween
Breckenmeyer,
fan.
Breckenmeyer, if you made it this far and you aren't actually a Nazi or a Nazi sympathizer, um, like and subscribe, bro. Okay, I think that's it. I wasn't no interview. Sorry, no interview. Not interested. Not interested. I think he's actually probably problematic. Actually, based on just his age,
Mm,
complexion, and career. I bet. I don't know.
he's certainly
Whatever.
he's certainly not a tall man.
Yet.
And can you believe him and Mark Paul Gosselaar had the audacity to star in the same show? You guys get shows killed.
Oh, but people
How
love
dare
Mark
you?
Paul Gosselaar. There's still that though. People do still. I stand by. What was that one? The Crossing, the vampire one. That was
I couldn't tell
robbery,
you.
stolenness, and robbery. That should have gotten a second season. That shit was good.
He's on it. He's gonna probably be in another one coming up.
Uh,
There's a list.
somebody,
There's a list of
somebody,
people.
somebody showed a clip of him. So I guess the Jennifer Hudson show shares clips of people dancing down the hallway.
Oh my god.
And Mark Paul
Why do they do
Gosselaar
that?
was dancing down the hallway. I don't know. And somebody reposted it with the line Mark Paul Gosselaar on his way to his next show where his family's black.
Oh shit.
To
Damn.
which some black woman was like, and I mean, it's okay. So, and if that's what you told me Zach Morris would be, I
Well,
wouldn't have
yeah,
believed you.
he owes minorities for at least playing whiteface. Saved by the Bell all those years. So
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
dyeing his hair. So yeah, he's not a wasp.
I
Oh
don't want to
man,
see. I still haven't seen Dead Man. I haven't seen Dead Man on campus in 30 years. I still want to see that again.
I used
Not
to
30
like
years.
that
I did too. When I watched The Curve again, and The Curve is bad. So
till it kept playing on all those multiple HBO and Showtime channels all the goddamn
um,
time. The Curve. Which one was that one?
that was the same movie, Dead Man's Curve, except it was it was like the Scream. It was supposed to be like Scream era, and they tried to market it
Wait,
as that with Matthew
Matthew
Lillard.
Lillard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
okay, I
Kerry
remember
Russell,
that. Hmm.
and like it was sort of like of that ilk of the late '90s teen movies, but
Yeah,
it
because
wasn't.
they all had pretty much at least two or three people that were in the same movie somewhere else.
Yeah.
If you didn't have Matthew Lillard, you had Breckenmeyer,
Movie star Breckenmeyer.
movie star Breckenmeyer.
All right,
Ah,
folks. That wraps it up for us
yeah,
because
we're
it just
exhausted
has
with
to.
Freddy's Dead. We're gonna send him
Yeah.
off, or at least this version of Freddy, till next week, and then we're off to greener pastures. Thank God.
Mhm. Thank goodness.
But overall, Uh, if you're gonna watch any of the nightmares, just one. My personal favorites are 1, 3, and 4. You know, they're
Yeah,
tolerable.
yeah, I would say I would
I mean, if you're a completist, you watch them all. But
yeah, well, I would say if you're a completist, you watch 1, 3, 4, and 5. Like
yeah,
two's not two's not mm, two's not good. Two's got a lot of problems, but two's not like a Friday, still not like a Friday the 13th
yeah, it's not like
shithole.
one of the bad ones of those.
Yeah, it's not like a fucking complete shithole movie. Freddy's Dead's a shithole movie. Like, yeah. So, agreed. 1, 3, 4, and possibly
And
5. If you are
if 5, if you're that big of a Lisa Wilcox fan,
like, if you like 4 enough and you're curious,
yeah,
5
you're curious.
is a disappointment, but it's not like a disaster. I mean, but it's not like it would get worse if you watched this one. How about that? So there you
Yeah, because
go.
this one's just garbage. That's what it just sucks. Yeah,
On that happy note,
right. We'll be back with Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which is not a sequel, but a requel or a spinoff. Yeah.